Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, February 29th. Quite an active storm system heading our way here in the Mid-Atlantic region. This storm will impact areas from the Dakotas all the way to the New England coast over the next 12 or 24 hours or so. A significant snowstorm along the northern tier of the country from the Dakotas to the southern part of New England. Severe weather in terms of strong thunderstorms and possible tornadic activity later on today across the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley. And for the Mid-Atlantic region, it looks like basically a rain event, and that rain will come down hard at times right through the evening hours, and thunderstorms can mix in as well. Let's take a look at the latest radar loop. We have a whole big batch of rain headed our way. It's already started to rain in the Washington, D.C. area up all the way to Harrisburg and State College. It's raining now. All of this is moving to the east. Philadelphia region should get into the rainfall in about an hour or so. There can be a few ice pellets mixed in at the onset, but there should be no problems as a result because temperatures are way above freezing. Any ice pellets will just melt on contact with the ground right now. By midday, the rain should advect into the New York City region. This rain will come down hard at times from the midday through the afternoon hours, and there can be some thunder mixing in later on today. All of this continues tonight, and there actually will be kind of a second batch of rainfall and thunderstorms that comes through in the overnight hours, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. Here's the latest IR composite satellite loop, and quite a bit going on here. First of all, the main wave is circulating right out here over the northern plains, and this is causing a heavy snow event from North and South Dakota eastward across Minnesota, across northern half of Wisconsin, and this heavy snow band will continue to advance to the east today across upstate New York all the way into the southern part of New England. Many areas in the northern plains will receive more than a foot, and more than half a foot is expected up across upstate New York and the interior part of New England later on today. Meanwhile, farther to the south, heavy thunderstorms is breaking out here across the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley. There's a threat for severe weather later on today in this region of Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley, including the possibility of tornadoes. Heavy rain is advecting right now, moving in from the west to the east into the Mid-Atlantic region. The entire I-95 corridor should be soaking wet by the afternoon rush hour, as the rain just now is moving into the Philadelphia region. It began a couple hours ago across D and should begin by about noon or so in the New York City region. And again, at the very onset of the precipitation here in southeastern PA, there can be a few ice pellets mixed in, but I expect no problems with that as temperatures are well above freezing. Same thing could happen as the precipitation begins around the New York City region later on this morning or the midday hours. There can be some ice pellets mixed in, but no problems as temperatures even in New York City are well above freezing at the current hour. Just to kind of show how widespread this event is today on this leap day, this is the National Weather, NOAA's weather warnings color display as of the morning hours. All of this along the northern tier are either winter storm watches or winter storm warnings, all the way extending from the Dakotas across the northern part of the Great Lakes into the interior part of New York and New England. This will be heavy snow on the north side of this particular system. Meanwhile, the yellow areas down here across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys represent tornado watches, as this is a widespread storm affecting the entire eastern half of the country, either with heavy snow on the north side or severe weather on the south side, and across the Mid-Atlantic region, just a soaking rain event, probably on the order of an inch or more from D.C. up to New York City over the next 12 to 24 hours or so. Well, let's take a quick look at last night's GFS 00Z run from last night for this afternoon, and then tonight, and then tomorrow morning as we kind of focus in on the current event. This is this afternoon's GFS forecast, and again, this big blob of precipitation that is now moving into the Mid-Atlantic region will just be a soaking rain event here for the midday and afternoon hours. The main low is situated out here over the northern plains, but again, heavy snow will break out on the north side all the way from the Dakotas to the New England coast, and we'll be in the heavy rain area. Again, there can be a few ice pellets mixed in at the onset just for the first half hour or an hour or so, but nothing to worry about. And thunderstorms could break out, and there can be some severe weather later on this afternoon in the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. Now, by tonight, the main blob that is now moving into the Mid-Atlantic region will be pulling off the coast, but it's starting to look like more and more like this second area of precipitation will head to the northeast and into the mid-Atlantic region during the evening hours and into the overnight hours. So even though the precipitation could actually slacken off for a little bit, let's say after the evening rush hour for an hour or two, more rain and maybe thunderstorms will move in later on this evening as this second batch heads to the northeast. So all in all, it's quite a soaking rain event here in the Mid-Atlantic region with more than an inch in many spots by the time tomorrow morning rolls around. This is the GFS map for tomorrow morning. By this time, just about all the heavy precipitation now is off the coast. There can be a little bit of light rain or drizzle, especially up in the New York City region tomorrow morning. And it should turn out to be a milder day than today. However, there once again is a little bit of a potential forecast problem with a northeast wind flow that could develop kind of a backdoor cold front, if you will, coming down the New England coast. And we'll see if it actually cuts our highs for tomorrow. But for the most part, it should be a drier day, certainly nothing heavy like we'll get later on today, tonight, ending by tomorrow morning in terms of the heavy amount of precip. Again, there can be a little bit of light rain or drizzle tomorrow morning, but generally a drier day tomorrow after the soaking rain event that we're going to get today in the Mid-Atlantic region. For the SIWeather.com, that's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.